All right, so what's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you again. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one because I tend to keep coming across this talking point a lot, and it's very interesting. Heck, it even had one time even I somewhat thought like it, or I was like, maybe that is a thing. And as I as I tend to sit down and listen to a lot, I listen to a lot of people. Uh, have people messed up. Hang on, let me drop this because what I'm saying. I see some lovely people in the chat. Like I said, I definitely want this one to be a talking one that we need to literally get this kicked off because there's a theory of women mating clock and man nation building clock. You know, and I this is not no fuss to anybody, but literally I swear, y'all. I don't know something about some of y'all. When y'all, it's like they maybe the Bible. All of y'all should be reading that doggone book. But some of y'all, I think it makes y'all stupid, or it just makes y'all really remedial. Like y'all pick stuff out of books. That's why. That's why. Like when I sit down and I listen to when people say some stuff, then it's not that I'm attacking. I'm not attacking nobody, but I'm also like y'all the peer pressure of where we're watching um people at right now in their daily life about mating clocks and building blocks and different stuff, and you know what, I can be an older man and wife me up a young woman or some shit like that stuff be really making y'all look crazy as fuck. Like I don't know why y'all be doing that stuff. um but I definitely sit back and ponder the thinking process of men and women. Well, it's namely, I'm gonna say it's namely older people. It's namely older people, but a lot more so. There are some people that will go along with it, but I'm now like I'm in such a good space in my life where I don't care I don't care to mess with anybody because I'm just gonna like just start like tacking points. And if you can't refute the points, then you're just a jackass in my eyes. I don't care how you feel about it. Like I'm hearing these points that hey, a man can get with a woman at any age, and it's our job to be fruitful and multiply. But I'm like, hold up, bro. If you broke as fuck, why are you making kids? Like you're causing more detrimental harm to society than help. Well, the woman should carry the baby. Well, hold up. You want a young woman to carry your baby, and you're old as fuck. But then there's also a talking point about women and hitting the wall and shit. So they gotta have babies as fast as they can, and or what I'm saying, they're no good to society. Like, and I've already done this talk about reproductive rights, man. Like y'all can't force these women to have kids because y'all think that because listen, man, I got a dick. But I'm not going around telling women that we better make babies or the world's gonna come to an end. Like y'all motherfuckers can barely get y'all shit together as it is. So why are we trying to force these ideologies and shit's not even popping off as it is right now, man? Like these are the things that are setting us back right now. There's a reason why the old guard is trying to keep certain stuff going, and it hasn't been working, man. And I promise y'all, I'm going to be that bane in y'all existence. I give zero fucks, like, to ever be included in any of y'all fucking talking points or anybody's panel. Like, y'all are crazy as fuck. Y'all got the right one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to some people, and when the majority of your conversations are hung up on the same dogma talking points, that means you got to ask the question, what is the agenda behind why you worry so much about what people are doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's start looking at this stuff. So the first thing about it is the woman's mating clock. You know what I'm saying? There seems to be this predicament on about women, and there's something wrong with the woman. There's something wrong. Why is it if she's not chosen or she does not have kids? Because whatever. Now let's be honest, y'all. The date, the market, it's not been easy for women and children as of almost fucking 10 years now. It has not been the best. The economy has been fluctuating, and we're hearing people complain. We're hearing people complain that, hey, and I got kids. I got beautiful, beautiful children, beautiful children. I get tired of hearing this goddamn. Back in the day, the woman stayed home and cook, clean, and raise a churn and did X, Y, and Z. Yes, there are women that can do that. That there are some men that can afford to do that. Some men they can like, hey, I want to take on that responsibility. But the men I'm hearing motherfuckers start talking about 50%. Please shut all the fuck up. When you start saying, what can a woman do for me? But then you having this goddamn Miss Seeley, Color Purple, back then Chicken George conversation, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna really do. Like I get tired of hearing the goddamn, especially people in the middle class or literally people just above the poverty class. Like you're happy that you get attacked on some pussy or literally some woman that I guess you pick me in your through your life, and you're saying that you know what, we need to go back to like cooking and slaving over stove. Like, nah, if the woman want to fucking work, let her work. And she's saying, I don't feel like having no damn baby for you, nigga, because we're not in a good predicament. It is what it is. I've never seen people bitch so much about goddamn child support, goddamn food stamps, goddamn the government, goddamn everything. But then when a woman says, I don't want to have a baby, the world comes to a fucking end. Y'all need to make up y'all mind and pick a struggle and die on it. Like, I can't with y'all in these days. Like, y'all be confusing the fuck out of me, and I'm a man. I ain't no feminist. I ain't none of that stuff. But you can't have smoke for goddamn child support, but then a woman says she wants contraceptive rights. Now all of a sudden you get angry or some shit and say, "Oh, woe is me. How could she not have my baby?" Like, no, like you gotta pick one sword, dude, and own that shit. I'm not bucking and I'm not riding with this dumb shit no more. Like, y'all, like I said, I'm doing this on my own fruition. And if that's the case, I'm gonna ask y'all dudes a question. If you want the woman to have your baby, here's the problem with that. What do you have for that woman to make her want to have lay her eggs in your nest? You see, if we're gonna keep using them back in the day when everything was cooking clean and shit, you gotta at least have something to put her in. Don't say my girl got a car, my girl got an apartment, or you know what I'm saying, we good, you know what I'm saying, but then she's having a baby, but it's not under your roof. Hell, I won't even say your roof because nowadays people are doing co-partnership. So all this, well, I'm the man, but also my girl is, X, Y, and Z. You're going to have to take 10 steps back. Take 10 steps back. I'm hearing a lot of older people talking about younger women should have kids and that they can get married. I heard somebody say this, and this is no shot. This is no shot to King Sigma, but don't worry, King Sigma. I don't give a fuck. I'll say your name. So I've been hearing people say, it's okay for an older man to have kids with a younger woman. They did that back in Babylonian day. Listen, dude, are you talking back in the day when I guess getting with a 12-year-old girl was normal or some shit. Like y'all gotta pick a goddamn timeline for these conversations about mating and hitting the wall and shit. Like y'all do know where hit the wall comes from, right? That comes from a pedophile reference. That's a pedophile reference. I don't give a shit what y'all trying to say. Hitting the wall is a pedophile reference when they don't want to deal with younger people to have sex with. So that's when they would make the reference that person is of no more value. They hit the wall. Yeah, that came from cartels. That came from cartels talking about when the child is of a certain age, they've hit the wall. They're no good. So when y'all be saying they hit the wall references, y'all need to probably look most thoroughly into where y'all got that shit from, bro. This is not something I think about. This is something I know because I did help people get back children and men and women that were human trafficked. That is a human trafficking term. So when y'all use the hit the wall about women and shit, like no offense, black man, but or black man, poor man, Chicken George, meth addict, whatever fuck y'all want to be these days. Listen, y'all need to leave this about women. They need to. If a woman doesn't have kids, she's bitter, she's angry, some type of shit alone. But if that's the case, why the fuck y'all got all these panels talking about goddamn the woman and the kids and shit? Now, let me get at it with these women. Let me get at it with these women that be trying to put the pressure down. Because yes, we understand, and I'm not gonna lie. Even sometimes I have to re-edify my mind when I talk to people about having kids. I do. I got to talk to people about having kids. You know, somebody jumping up on my panel. Okay. I hope you don't got no crazy shit going on in your background.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, so you actually have a clear background. Okay. So so when back to my claim time. So when we have this talk about when we're having this thing about the mating of the mating clock for a woman. The older a woman gets, yes, it does get more dangerous for having children. That is a fact. It is more dangerous. They can have children. It is a lot more dangerous. Actually, when a woman hits menopause, she is actually becomes more sexually active. I mean, y'all. I don't know why people don't read, but I guess you don't read. Now, the problem with this term is also for men. You can have kids, but I gotta be real. Y'all kids are going to possibly have some type of birth deficiency or some shit going on. You run a higher chance of having some type of birth deficiency. I don't have time to argue with y'all. If y'all ain't gonna read a fucking book, I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. But a lot of y'all older dudes, um, god damn it, shit, stop it. It's not my fault. I'm just doing my shows. So listen, for a lot of y'all dudes who be trying to get with younger girls and knock them up, y'all motherfuckers need to stop. I can't. I'm not gonna lie with y'all. It's nice. Like y'all need to stop with this. I can get with a younger girl shit. Like I see y'all. Y'all a bunch of sugar daddies that make oops babies. I know the game. I done talked to a bunch of little sugar babies and goddamn girls, and y'all get mad because y'all think that oh shit, I went from having to give this girl $200 a month. Now I gotta take care of a whole fucking child, and that's a damn problem. See, this is this talking point because you think it's always fun to make the baby, but motherfuckers don't ever like taking care of when that girl gets pregnant. Well, shit, she need to fall under my plan. She need to do
Uh
what I
oh.
say. She need to X, Y, Z and be submissive. Like that's a whole human being. That's a whole person. So when y'all have these conversations about if she don't fall in line, you know what I'm saying? She hit the wall. No, dude. No, you wanted to find somebody that was more impersonable, more somebody that was more under easier control. I never. Why would I want to get with somebody that's so easy? Like, listen, most people logically like to deal with people within their age that literally they can grow together. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there might be some people that like, hey, a woman might. there's nothing wrong with a woman looking for somebody of older. Like my old lady, she's older than me. She's like by like a few months older than me. That's it. Okay, not a big fucking deal. It's not unusual for either the woman or like a woman or man to be a few months different apart. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you right now, out of personal experience, dating somebody trying to be remotely, I am not going to date nobody 10 years younger than me. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that shit. I need somebody within my age range that can literally, ideally understand and function with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be doing this sonning and this daughter. But we're also joined here by Trailer Hood. Um, Trailer Hood's from the other side of the goddamn pond. What's going on, Trailer Hood? You know what I'm
From the
saying?
other
Oh,
side of the pond.
yeah, on the other side of the pond. So we're
Yeah,
definitely doing this one. This is a pretty good topic. I'm planning on
it
banging
is.
on some drums. Pretty much, it's the talking point that women are on a mating clock, and men have, I guess, this nation building clock. That's pretty much it. I haven't got to the nation building yet for the men, but
Right.
we do know that we're just right now tackling the women mating clock. If they don't have kids or they're not with a man, they're destituted, they've done failed or broken out. So let's tackle that one first.
Well, the first thing I wanted to hit was when the last comment you made, if you don't mind, was
Okay.
about men not wanting to be challenged. What's this deal with men not wanting to be challenged, not even intellectually, by a woman?
Well, here's the thing about it now. So when a woman is literally of your peer, because mind you, your choice of partner is technically your peer. That is your peer.
Correct. Correct.
So when we're hearing it from certain people that when a woman starts speaking her mind, that is challenging that of a man. Like that's challenging your authority, that's challenging your masculinity. Somehow your power is being waned or judged because, you know, you have a woman, how dare she speak back to you. Now,
Well,
uh,
I got a question for you. How do you keep your masculinity then if nobody's ever challenging it?
damn, that is a good question. That is a good question. That is a good question. Well, I feel like for everything that we do in life as a man and a woman, you're always going to be like if you don't know yourself by now, like I have
Right.
somebody, I have somebody come to me like earlier say like BMT that show you did with them them gay folks, I don't know how your woman gonna deal with you. I'm like, how the fuck you mean? Shit, my penis worked just fine. Like the fuck, like
Right.
like my dick ain't. I swear, boy.
It ain't
All
broke.
the Hey, bro, I swear, bro, all the stupid people exist on YouTube. Like, yeah, they really do. Like, but oh man, I
You
swear,
blow on
man.
it just right, it still lifts up like it did before.
Yeah, shit, it lifts up, just works fine. I can pee just fine, and shit, fuck just fine. But the thing about it is, your woman is going to, if she's with you and she has a question or she don't agree, what the fuck is the problem with her saying that sounds dumb as fuck? Or no,
Right.
that makes no sense, trailer. BMT,
I,
did you hear what you just said? Like, your woman is going to do that. That is your fucking mate. That's not your
that should be
goddamn.
the first person to challenge you at every
It's,
step of the way.
I mean, that's your partner. So
Right. I mean, if she can't challenge you, I mean, she's supposed to be the co-captain of the ship, correct?
correct, correct.
And if
She is.
she can't challenge you and question you on your decision-making skills, then who can? What happens if you make the wrong choice and nobody was there to, have you think about this on a different, level or look at it from a different angle?
Like the thing, like I said, the thing about it is this. Like, if you like, this is the problem. This is why a lot of dudes. This is why they try to put that weight on younger women about the mating cock. Like, yeah, girl, like I want you to be my baby and all that other stuff. Like, it's all like you and your woman should have goal orientated stuff. What you
Correct.
what trailer thought when he was in his teens and in his 20s is not the same trailer that he is now.
And
So
I would hate my wife if she married that guy if he was still me now.
so in that fair shake, like all of us here, like we know like our mindset and mentality as a younger person was not as it is today. Like how I think now today, I would jack my own self up. Like, yo, dude, like you're just not there. Like, chill the fuck out. Like I like I said, like sometimes I even have talks with my old lady, like maybe we should have waited. Not listen, I don't regret my children. I never do. I don't regret my stuff, but I wish I was more patient with some stuff than how I am now. Like it comes time with patience, and patience is definitely a virtue. You know, learning how to actually be more listening attentive. Not to say, listen, y'all, do not think that I got my shit together. I am no goddamn Mr. Rogers. I am no goddamn saint. I fuck up daily.
Hey,
However,
I agree with.
but I like to own up and say, yo, I fucked up. I have no problem going back and apologizing. I will apologize to the day I die. You know what I'm saying? Yes, okay, I apologize again. Damn, what the fuck you want from me? But
I agree with what you said about wait until you got older, because as a man who's 42 and has an almost 1 year old daughter and a 6 year old son, I will tell you now that I am a whole lot more patient and understanding and get a whole lot less aggravated and irritated by things that are just normal kid stuff than I
right,
did when I was 19, 20 years old with my older two kids. When I was still a kid myself with kids, everything they did irritated me. I had no patience or no understanding because I was still a kid myself, you know? But now that I'm a man, a grown ass man, middle aged, understand that these kids are looking at me for direction, and for protection and stuff like that. I have a whole lot more understanding and patience with them. I don't sweat the small things like spilling over a drink on the carpet or something like that. That shit
right.
happens. It's part of life. Whereas back then, I would have lost my shit over it.
You know, the thing about it is, see, it's a talking point where pass the child off to the woman. That's her job. Or, you used to always watch them old Western movies, like some shit, like some little, not the Little House of Prairie. God damn it, But it would be where the younger girl, right,
Bonanza.
right. It would be where the younger girl gets with the older man. Like the older man would ride up to goddamn your daddy's farm or ranch, or come up to your house and say, "Listen, I just built a house and I got 10 pounds of jerky and I got two hogs and a cow, and I would like to take your daughter, and I'll make an honest woman of her. I will make your daughter, who's probably barely 16, I will make an honest woman of her. But back then, 16, mind you, still in the law. I don't know why they haven't changed that shit yet. But 16 was that of an age where a woman was allowed to get married, right?
Well, the life expectancy back there was only like 40 or 50 years old, too, though. So you got to take that into account.
Yeah, sucks for yellow fever and goddamn, if you get goddamn black lung, which is literally goddamn pneumonia. So I mean, the simple shit could kill them. But see, don't worry. We are scholars here at BMT, and we like to give you the facts of where things come from. So where y'all run with shit, that way we can help y'all figure y'all shit out. So what goes on to happen? What goes on to happen is this. So naturally, people thought it was okay, what I'm saying, in society for that of a 16-year-old girl, because that's her mating clock. Because once she starts bleeding, which is average around most young girls, believe it or not, a young girl can start her period cycle at what, 9? Is it 9, Melissa? So
Yeah, my oldest started her period at 10 years old at my
yeah.
house on the weekend, and it caused me to almost have a stroke.
So Melissa said 10 also. So literally, so when they hit 10 and they believe, to some people or some cultures or religion, there we go. That was that of becoming a woman. So here we go with the laws. Now understand, listen, y'all. Just because it was done in the past doesn't mean it's right today. Okay, understand this, y'all. Like you got to believe. At one time, we believed that the Earth was the center of the universe. Hell, we got people that still believe in flat Earth today. So let's
Well, you got to remember, B. At one, they want to look at the laws and say it's okay. Remember, at one time it was okay to own a man,
very
according
much.
to the law.
Yes, yes, yes. And we see how that's playing out today in society right now. How do y'all like working for minimum wage and shit, huh? Y'all don't like that shit, huh? But then y'all say, well, back in the day, it was legal, but you don't like minimum wage. Shut the fuck up. So when we're looking at this right now, right? We're looking at this right now as to how you got it where right now that people were normalizing that, yo, I can't afford to take care of this girl. So I'm going to sell her off. Back then, a younger man, listen, Paul, I'm getting older now. Listen, I'm going to have to either A, join the military, join the Rangers, or probably go out there and go work for some workforce or barely work for next to nothing. And if I have enough money, people got married because they needed the help. Children were your help. You needed a legacy because if your ass were to die off from some freak accident of a horse kicking you in your chest or something stupid or you getting killed from some sickness, because mind you, God forbid you get cut. We didn't have penicillin like that. I mean, if you had good medicine. I know like y'all like to
Oh,
believe everything was
infection
good.
killed a lot of people back then. A lot of people.
But hold on now. Let's also kick it for the woman. See, there's this talking point of let me help you with medical practices for women back in the day. Okay. A woman back then when they would have children, the the procedure of giving birth to a child was a very delicate and dangerous task.
Yeah,
If they
didn't something like half the women die from giving birth back then?
yes, yes. Understand this. There were stuff that we looked up in the I looked up and you can look it up. Sometimes they didn't properly close, like they didn't close the womb properly, infection. Mama's sick. Let's just pray and hope to all heaven that mama survived or something will go wrong where now she has back problems or shit like that. You ask a lot of women after even after childbirth today still have birth complications. I can promise you. Ask some of the women in the chat. They can tell you that
Facts.
they can tell you or they know or probably ask your own woman or your mama or anybody. Even as far as medicine is today, women are still having problems after giving birth to children. They never
Well,
fully go back to being the same. Just never go back to being the same. So imagine you having 12 children. Hell, just having 4 children. That's why they have this talking point about your mating clock. Because it literally is something about, well, effectiveness of children reproducing. Okay? Okay. So yes, oh no, think about that feminism weave. Black infant mortality rates too. So I told you, listen, y'all, I told y'all, BMT read. I sit back when I can and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I read. I don't get on here and yabber about the women, the men, what a man should be doing, and I don't do all that dumb shit. No, there's a reason why I'm not the popular guy. But I
I
actually,
read too much, man.
hey, reading is deadly around in these parts, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Like in trailer parks and in the hood, reading can get you killed. In
For
some
real,
areas,
dude. That's no exaggeration either, man.
they can get you killed. I'll tell you right now, man. Either you're a Google scholar or you heard to some kind of trauma therapy. That's how you learn. Nobody thought this. Look at a book or just
You
go
actually
ask.
buy a book? Oh Lord.
Oh God forbid those bookstores go disappear someday. Like shit, we'll really be fucked. So, so in looking at everything that's happened, right? So we're having it where as to we're having it as to what was I saying? So going from the mortality rate, when a woman were to die, you know what a man would go do? What do you think
Find him
the
another woman.
wait? Well, surely he will go get a woman. Exactly, baby. Surely a man will go get a woman his age. Nope. He will go get
No, he'd
another,
find a younger one.
even younger woman, an even younger woman to go solder, to go impregnate, to go have more children. So instead of learning from the issue, you really didn't. because this is why it would be like, well, shit. So you didn't learn from your first wife that literally had the first problems and implications. You just kept on doing it and got the next one to raise that woman's children. Mind you, she's still a child, but then also now she has to have children and raise them other children. See, now you see how the baby algorithm theory comes into play? Yep. And so, exactly, Jazzy, just get another younger woman. Just get another younger one and impregnate her. And this involves where if you look at the pictures of them dealing with the woman, you notice they have to beat the woman like she's a child or literally discipline her. A woman should shut up and
Yeah,
keep
got to
quiet.
train her up right, man.
You gotta there's that term. You gotta train her up right. Of course, because she is a child. So you would have to train her in the way that she should go. Um so when these talking points, when y'all talk about the theory of the woman's mating clock, you gotta understand it's a very fickle thing. Because then the women now let's fast forward. Now let's speed it up. Let's speed it up. So now we go to the era of when me and Triller now we're coming into the world. Now our mamas, right? They grew up in a time era where women didn't have full rights. I believe Trailer, your mom was in that era where women were still saying, "Hey, we're not getting paid equally. We had to be with this piece of shit kind of guy." You know what I'm saying? Whether he was a drunk or whatever. But your
Yeah,
survival rate
actually,
is
my
there.
mom got married at 17 because of that.
Yes. So there we go. We're just pulling this out. So so literally, and thank you for that femininity. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. So don't worry, I will be doing. That's why I told y'all I am a genius when I talk about these types of things. So literally, you would have it where younger women, if they were to be successful, right, it hinged on them getting with an older man that had something worth a fuck, if anything, to literally be able to have somewhat of a decent life, a decent,
That's
fulfilling life.
correct. That's correct.
So, so whether he be a drunk or abuse, whatever, if she didn't come from a family that had the means to take her back, she was stuck in that situation,
Or she had to deal with poverty
or she had to deal with poverty.
and the stigma that came along with being a divorced woman in that era.
Okay, okay. So Trailer, now mind you, I want you to understand. This is this is why this is why me and Trailer mesh so well together. Where he told you two different sides of the pond. Okay, like I said, we always don't agree, but like I said, when we definitely start doing our magic and start talking on these topics, boy oh boy, Trailer, make sure you know you can always grab this topic and pull it onto your channel. So that way, if you want to use it for content, make sure you do that. Okay, that's
Absolutely,
BMT
brother.
approval. So the thing and looking at it is, Trailer, you want to take it from there on women's survival of the mating clock?
Oh wow! I mean,
Go ahead and hit at it, man. Don't hold back. Pull the trigger.
well, the truth of the matter is where you were at before. Let's just start off from there. Back in the day, women like my mother and your mother, they were stuck dealing with abuse. Be it physical abuse, sexual abuse. They were stuck with dealing with a father that be abusive to his kids, just to be able to have some kind of wealth. And be able to have a comfortable life. As far as you know, as far as the mating clock, I don't think that's just a woman thing. Personally, I think that's both men and women. I think men and women both get to a certain age to where they really don't need to be having kids no more. Period. You know,
Mm-hmm.
women, like you said, as they get older, it starts becoming more of a health risk to them. Not that birth isn't already a health risk to a woman. That's something that a lot of men don't understand is the stress that it puts on a woman's body to carry a child for 9 months and then to birth a child for 9 months. And I think a lot of these guys that want to sit and have some kind of feel some type of way about a woman telling them they ain't ready to have kids, they obviously have never sat and watched a woman give birth to a kid before, because it's not a pretty sight. It's It's one of the craziest things you'll ever see in your life, and you'll sit back and wonder how the heck do these women how are they capable of going through that much pain and birthing something and then forgetting about it and doing it all over again, maybe 3-4 years down the road. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
craziest. That's the craziest thing to me is how quickly women forget about all the pain and suffering that they just went through once they have that baby placed in their arms.
Right. No, no, I hear you with that. Like, and the thing about it, shout out to the person who said, literally, depending on class, like a lot of these things, like I said, but the talking points that people are using when they talk about this, mind you, understand this. When we have these talking points of like that we've been seeing on social media, like a lot of these talking points, these are middle class talking points. Okay, I want you to understand it. I'm just being honest. I know y'all like, well, no, everybody talk about this. No, they don't. Like, different people operate differently. Poverty, poverty looks at how having children differently than
They
how
sure do.
than
Actually,
how.
when you
Go
well,
ahead.
actually, if you think about it, people in poverty they see most of the time children are a financial benefit to them. It's a gain.
Mm, 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 mm.
I
Now,
mean, and I'm just saying that's the truth. I mean, if they didn't have kids, they wouldn't be able to get the tax credits that they get right now.
uh,
You know that they wouldn't be able to get whatever assistance it is they're receiving. They would be stuck having to take care of themselves by themselves for themselves. They'd be having to figure it out. Ask a woman or a man that has no kids and has lost their job, lost their home, and ain't got nowhere to go. How easy it is to go get any kind of help from anybody.
damn, you've been cooking today. You're cooking today. So you got to understand, children, the way how children are viewed or reproducing is viewed by class is a night and day type of thing. When I explain, when and let me explain like this. But everybody say, well, rappers have money and they have a lot of children. Actually, the ones that actually have money have the least amount of children.
Some of these people really need to stop trying to compare their life to the life of people that are, in the media or in the music industry and shit like that.
Or like, right, honestly, trailer, that would be a perfect world. But honestly, when certain people are indoctrinated and raised by entertainment and social media and they think that's normal and they literally go off of that shit, literally there's not much you can do. Like, you just gotta just, I mean, honestly, they'll go off of what a rapper says that literally can barely read a goddamn 12-page contract, but then they'll say somehow this motherfucker's a business genius, but they didn't even finish
Right.
goddamn school. But
He's a
hey,
business genius, but the record label owns all of his masters.
don't hey, God forbid that. So like I said, he's living on credit. So understand. So
And
when it
chances
comes,
are that credit's going to come due once he decides he wants to drop from that record label or
oh,
that managing firm. He's going to owe them money.
he can never do that. See, that's why none of them ever retire. No, never seen a. Have you ever seen an artist retire? Have
Oh
you
no,
ever
no,
seen an
no. That
artist?
Christ, look at the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. They look like they're like 1 foot already in the grave, and the other one not that far behind them, and they're still out there touring.
So just letting you know right now, you never can stop. So
But I
when
still
it
believe that the people when they try and compare their life with the life of somebody who has an unrealistic lifestyle, they're giving themselves unrealistic goals.
so that's why whenever we name it towards people and children and they start saying, well, this person, they pay such and such amount in equity to like benefits of child support or this. I'm like, dude, stop, stop doing that. That's not you. It's not you, you dumb fuck. That's them. It's them. It's not you. Your mom said that record label owns the baby, god damn it, not them. Like
Hey, you know
shit.
what? If people stop going, if if you go out thinking that you're going to end up getting a woman pregnant, getting married, getting a woman pregnant, end up divorced, and with a child support and alimony payment, guess what you're going to find? You're going to find yourself in a divorce with a child support and alimony payment. Negative thoughts, negative ideas bring negativity into your life.
Now, now let's continue on. We're not here to be me. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we deal with these type of issues, understand this. I told y'all, like children, marriage. Everybody says it's a business. I guess if y'all want to call it a business, I guess so. I mean, literally, it's literally that. It in itself, it is part of a business, but it also is something more than that. Like, I mean, you could say it's a business, but most people that I know outside of social media that have gotten married, uh, they don't look at it as this is a business. They look at it as I want to have somebody here with me to share my life with. Like,
It's a life, dude. This is
it's a
what it
life.
is. It's a life.
It's
It's
a
a
life.
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, not a fucking business. I mean, y'all look at it because people understand bit like families, generate business because it's the legacy. Keyword. This is where we actually hit about the class. Shout out to the person in the chat that said about the class because literally you're talking about dealing with if Trailer opens up a guitar shop, Trailer eventually will fade away and die. That is just
Yep.
an inevitable thing of life. But guess what? Hey, his kids will be there with the lawyer because it's in his name, and it'd be like, hey, this is your father's guitar shop. This is his goddamn stuff. Whatever y'all want to do with it from here on, that's it. Either people still either y'all want to take it, either y'all want to sell it. It's going to be up to y'all, but it is technically y'all's. So they can either keep up it. This is how it works on the side of business, or they can sell it.
Yeah, and you
Depends.
can't sell a marriage.
Yeah, yeah, you can't sell marriage. Well, you can sell off your goddamn people. I mean, it's been done in certain countries, but I don't think we allow that in America. Well, then again, let me take that back because there have been some things that we have allowed to happen in this country too often, more than we should. So when it comes down, when it comes down to the thought process of doggone having children, and pretty much for the woman saying, hey, like, you know what? I gotta let y'all know right now. Like, honestly, poor people don't get abortions or don't get rid of their
Never.
children.
Generally, generally they don't, and they are less likely to give them up for adoption. Abortion with poor people is generally something that is forced on them if they do get it.
So we got and y'all can say, PMT, that's not true. Like, no, dude. Like, I'm trying to tell you right now. Like, look at the system right now. The system right now. Shout out to free lunch programs and stuff like that.
For real, man.
The system banks on people. I'm not calling them poor. I'm not shaming nobody. This is not no shaming of anybody. I'm telling you, I hit it. I bang at the facts.
Well, look, if
People,
you think about it, with the free lunch program, just with this last year alone, this school year, look at how many parents and families were struggling to figure out how to feed their kids
right,
because their kids were at home. And normally, 9 months out of the year, they have the school system taking care of that for them.
right. And so, and the funny thing about it was, if you had a child or an elderly person, right? Guess what happened? They were literally saying, "Hey, even if the schools are closed, bring the child by the school, and we'll get the family the
A
food."
sack lunch. Yep.
Right. So let that set in. So for a lot of the community, even for those have, who didn't have, who didn't have, who didn't have, children, you could have gone by the school because of thank the poor class that a lot of people like to shit on.
Oh,
Y'all
for
were
real,
able
dude.
y'all were able to get food inside your belly because literally they were using that to say, hey, we got elderly and we got children that need to eat. They
Well,
didn't.
you got that, and think about all these food drives that they've had. I know where I live. There's a different spot you can go to within a 3 county area Monday through Friday, and there's a food drive going on. And now, because of what's going on, you don't have to fill out paperwork or any kind of income verification or anything like that to prove that you are financially indigent. You just have to show up. So, like BMT said, make sure you thank the poor people while you're
Thank you.
out there in that line in your Cadillac getting a box of free food.
Yep, I just handed out 3 boxes of food last week, and I gave out 2 more boxes this week to 2 families. And I'm not saying that they're poor by like they're destituted and anything like that. But I'm saying that pretty much that the people that literally they want to do better. Literally, what you would call the poverty class is those who are making under 40,000. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. Okay, this is crazy thing about what's going on in the nation right now. Right now, almost half the nation is just above the poverty line right now. That is crazy. Half the nation has fallen under
Actually,
it.
dude, the median income in the United States of America is 40. Hold on, I just got my mic. The median income in the United States of America is actually $46,000. That's the average income of everybody in America. 46,000.
So that would mean that people, Triller, right? When we're talking about the mating clock and all this stuff, that literally people are having hard enough as time as it is just to fill up half of their fridge. Half
That's
of
fact.
their fridge. Half of their fridge. It's now. So when we have this bang on the boat about women and pushing out babies and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's very interesting the rhetoric that we hear. Now, let's get over to the men's side, okay? We want to get over to the
Yes,
men's.
hold on. Theoretical views, yes, that is the entire household. That's the median income of the entire household. Because you got to understand, most people in America, with both people working, you got one that makes maybe 25, 30,000 a year, and then the other one works part time or something, making 10, 15,000 a year.
Yeah, shit's got rough, man. Shit has gotten rough. So and so we also have to look at it. And I know, see, people think, wait, that's happening now to our country? Yes,
It's been happening.
it's been happening for a while. Now, everybody believes, well, that's can't be that bad because anybody can just show up and get on the system in a heartbeat flash. No, no, no. It actually, I mean, believe it or not, y'all can't just show up to. Listen, if jumping on Section 8 was that fucking easy, my God, like y'all just don't know. Like it's a waiting list, a 3-year waiting list.
Holy shit,
Three,
B.
huh?
I, ju- I just I just looked to double check myself. The median income is actually lower. It's 31,133 US dollars.
Hmm. It's 31,000. Damn. I guess we are. I guess y'all
30
need to stop worrying about that fucking nation drop shit. Shit. At this rate, man, who gives a fuck? Now, let's get at it. So the next question. So let's look at it now. Okay. Now we're talking about man's nation building clock.
What do you
now,
mean by that?
now man's nation building clock. So now the other part of the algorithm is that a man, me and you, we're
Can only
all
work for
built.
so long.
Now, hold on. Now what we have now is that men. It is upon us to build a nation. If I have to take on a woman and a child, surely I should have a nation. I should have a hub, a home. Me, you, Omega, any man in the chat, we should already have a hub to where we could take feminism, we could take any woman, we could take Jazzy, we could take all the women and have a nation of them. Because to take on a woman and a child, you have to have a nation mindset. Because understand, you are building a nation. You are. You're building a nation. You're building something to where they're going to be coming into, to where they can have a home, they can have a place to rest their head, they'll have food, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have shelter, education, they should have wisdom. Do you feel that as of lately, what is the mindset of men? Are their mindset on nation building?
Hell no. Their mindset's on me building. What can I build for myself?
Now, trailer. Surely you got to jest. I when
No,
I
no, 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 no. Dude, I already had that understanding before I got on YouTube, and once I got on YouTube, all it did was verify that even more. Because all I've heard, most 95% of the men that I talk to anywhere on YouTube, I don't hear anything about building anything with another person. It's all about what can I do for myself? What can I get for myself? What can I have for myself? Me, I.
Now, trailer. That's not true. These men, the men of YouTube, these high value caliber men, these men that are Adonises, beautiful men, these beautiful men. Of course, they give a fuck for the children. They give a fuck for women. There's no woman that's gonna go like unwanting. That literally these men are willing to go out there and protect, to build, and to take care of young women and make sure that they
Lies, I
protect.
tell you. Lies.
So hang on now. I will never tell a lie. These men are virtuous men. These men are Adonises and God that build Olympus. These men are out there right now, out there building cabins. They're out there building schools. They're out there fighting for laws. They're fighting for rights, for human rights and stuff. They're out there making sure that the community is protected and everything. These men are the best men that we need for the job. So,
Really, really, because the only men I've run into are worried about wearing $300-400 Jordans and $1,000 suits and having some woman to make his breakfast for him and clean his house for him, and that's about it. They ain't building shit.
mm, mm. now, now, so let's see. Let's look at this right now. So, in saying that, right now, the men, right, because from what I was told, and what I was trained to be believed, that a man he can be 40, 50 years old because a 40 a man you're definitely in your prime. You're definitely in your prime to chase after a child in your 40s and do
Well,
help them with
BMT,
school.
hold on. That depends on how hard you worked yourself before you reached your 40s. I know a lot of 40-year-old men that have worked themselves to where at 40 years old they have the body of a 60 or 70-year-old now because they beat it up.
Now, hold on. Now, that's a lie. As a man, I am physically fit. I've been eating healthy. I've been doing everything I need to be doing. Shit, I am fit as a chimney, uh, and I should be able to, with the power of Methuselah, be able to deal with a woman and be able to show up at PTA meetings and raise them children and make sure that that everything's going well. And I'm just ready for this. I am ready. I'm ready to be the father that I need to be to raise my nation. I'm ready for that.
I feel you on that.
I'm ready. This is the nation. This is the man nation clock. The man nation clock is the algorithm, literally, of a man able to keep up with building a nation. Now, where would you be hearing this clock? Well, I point you out to, i.e., the Rockefellers, i.e., Job,
Oh,
i.e., you have to pull out made men. You have to pull out made men that have already are self-made, that literally that the economy nor their body, no nothing has slowed them down, and that they are able to handle having children and everything. Now, normally you'll hear people say, well, I was in the military or I was this and that, and now I got with this young shorty and I'm going to have a baby or two, and I'm saying I'm doing pretty good, and I'll always hear these motherfuckers start talking. I'll always be like, dude, so you're telling me that you, despite everything going on, you're looking to raise a child. And I mean, mind you, now we have Triller, who is in his 40s. He is in his 40s. Triller,
42.
42. Now, Triller, how it must be a breeze for you. You have beautiful, beautiful Mikey, and you have your beautiful baby girl. We just heard her screaming in the background.
Yeah.
It must be a breeze keeping up with two toddlers. Well, one infant and a toddler in your 40s.
Oh
Must
yeah,
be
you know it is, man. I'm gonna tell you what. I got one running one way that can mouth off to me, and the other one that's about to start walking, going the other way, trying to stick her finger in a light socket.
now these curious children. Now, mind you, this is not accounting for, mind you, that a child is going to grow up and get older. They're going to get sharper with the time. They're going to get sharper with the time. And see, Trailer, Trailer. Now, this is no hypothesis. Now, it's 12 years. So add 12 years to Trailer, right? He will
Mm-hmm.
be now. How old would now if you give 12 years towards
Mikey will be
Mikey,
18.
and how
He'll
old
be a
will you be?
senior. I will be 54.
54. Now, that's
I'll
not
be
including.
60. I'll be 60 when Lily turns 18.
Now, God only knows. Now, see, here's the interesting thing. People don't account the times changing, the having to be able to keep up because as they get older, it's going to cost. It's going to cost you money to have to feed them.
I'll,
Uh,
and I'll be
and
honest with you, it costs more money as your kids become adults.
right,
Kids as adults cost more money than kids living in the home do.
mind you, see, everybody, see, nobody likes to actually acknowledge that raising a. People think parenting as parenting stops when a child becomes 17, 18 years old.
Did you stop going to your parents for help?
Listen, my parent just was on the phone with me not too long ago, and like I said, like
I'm
your
just
parent,
saying, be it financial or just advice
it
on
never,
shit.
it never stops.
No, it doesn't
It
until
never-
the day they die. When your parents die, that's when it stops.
So, but hold on now, hold on now. How has the life expectancy, the mental expectancy, as well as the financial expectancy of men gotten over the years? How's it been getting? Has it gotten better? Did it get has it done wonders? I mean, are men really running up in the school like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure you've been by the school. Do you see other men running up in the school to
There's a
be there
there's
for?
a I've
Hmm?
seen a few fathers that actually like pick up and drop off their kids. I've seen maybe one or two fathers that'll actually go up in the office and like maybe talk to
Uh,
the people in the office or the guidance counselor. I have yet, well, like for instance, okay, I was at the school with my middle schooler, and she was having issues at home, so I went up to talk to the guidance counselor. Well, while we was up there talking, um, they got to talking to me, and the actual guidance counselor, one of my daughter's uh, school teachers, and then the vice principal of the school actually uh, gave me a shout out. I guess told me that I was doing a great job as a father because I am one of the only fathers that they had that was actually educating their kids at home to the degree that their kid knew about what they were being taught before they even got taught it.
now, first off, I want to give you all the praise. It is a nonstop, endless job to be And I know what it's like to be a dad in the school, and you don't see any other man in sight. I know very well that feeling. Oh, I know that
Right.
feeling.
You,
I
you
know
feel
that feeling.
singled out, man.
You feel very singled out,
And
especially
women
around.
looking at you like you're a piece of meat, man. Like, why ain't my husband like this?
Yes, it is. Listen, ladies, I'm trying to let y'all know right now. If y'all can find a man that actually will go to, not just go there to the school to pick up the child, but actually go there and actually be interactive in the school. Literally, listen, you got you something. You might have something. You might have you something. Okay? Everybody talks a good game about just showing up to that goddamn school playing shit. Nah, do the real work. Actually go there and be interactive with the child and literally actually take action with the child. Don't just wait till they're just doing a little play. Like I have no problem going there to the school and walking amongst the halls and stuff, knowing what's going on in the school. See, this is where
I prefer it that way. I mean, how are you supposed to know anything about what your child's being taught if you don't make your presence known?
now this is the nation building part because nation building means you yourself have to be interactive in all aspects, not just mating and fucking of a woman, right? But actually financially, emotionally, with your children. You also have to be corresponding
Intellectually,
intellectually. Yep. It's going to be. I mean, so when we're hearing these talking points of hey, like you know, hey,
well,
I thought you
B,
did something. Huh? What's up?
I was going to say, I think what a lot of people forget about when you're saying nation building, that nation building is also us as fathers educating our children ourselves, because we as fathers, mothers are supposed to be the nurturers, the caregivers. Fathers are supposed to be the educators and the leaders.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. But see, I'm going to raise the bar. As a father, we can nurture also.
Yes, we
As a
can.
father, we can nurture our children. I've seen you with your daughter rock her to sleep.
Oh,
I've seen you.
don't you go put me on blast like that, man.
Listen. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with a strong man cradling his child. I have had plenty of times my child has slept on my chest or on my belly. There is nothing wrong with that. We see. This is the thing about it because this is where certain old dogma societies have made it seem that is that of the woman is the nurturer, the father is the provider.
Yeah, that whole ideology that men don't cry type shit.
Right. Now we got to understand the reason why we are fighting and pitting against that, right? This is why I'm doing this show right here. Because of that mindset, that ideology of the woman's mating clock and the man building a nation stuff, I have to tell y'all that ideology has set us back. Now people are gonna say, "Well, BMT, what do you mean? How could that have set us back? That's where men were men and women were women." I was like, "Well,
That's also when men were owned and women were slaves too.
very well said. Thank you on that one, brother." So let's kick at that because in that reference of bringing that up, right? Look at it. What's going on today? See, I like it better where we can actually say where what's going on, Yuri? What's going on, brother? Man, you can nurture your children and be nurturing to your family.
Absolutely.
How, how many?
I do not disagree.
See, people have a thought process. I've never seen my daddy cry. I've heard that before. Somebody said, "I've never seen my daddy cry."
I never had my dad tell me he loved me once in my whole entire
Okay,
life.
okay. So let's play a 2 minute game. We'll play a 2 minute game. Trailer. We're going to say, "I have never seen my dad," and we'll name off something. Whenever I say something, then you're going to say, "I have never seen my dad." Okay? So I'm going to name off something. Okay? And then you're going to name off something. We're going to say, now the chat can say they agree or disagree. Okay? We're gonna just name off stuff. I have never seen my dad love up on my mom. You go.
I've never seen my dad show love to any of his kids.
I have never seen my dad cry.
I have never seen my dad cry either.
I have never seen my dad tell us his feelings.
I've never seen my dad tell the truth.
I have never seen my dad talk to me about life.
I've never seen my dad show appreciation.
I have never seen my dad. Hmm, I've never seen my dad apologize.
Ooh, I'm right there with you on that one. I've never seen nor heard my dad apologize.
Somebody will put that in the chat also. Like, yo, this is some deep stuff for people. Like they, like this is some deep stuff for people.
I've uh I've never seen my dad give thanks.
I never seen my dad admit he was wrong.
Damn it, neither is mine. But I have never seen my dad be giving and selfless.
Somebody said they never seen their stepdad simp. Well, if they're a stepdad, wouldn't they, to the general media, be called that? That's kind of a double. That's kind of a double on contract. Now,
I've never seen my dad step up and protect his kids.
all right, we'll stop.
No, because I
Now,
could go on. I've never seen my dad put his kids first. I've never seen my dad hold a steady job. I've never seen my dad
say
not put
that for
drugs before
another
his kids.
show, Thriller. Say that for another show. We know you can do a whole episode on that.
I can. You
You
know,
good?
the thing
I'm,
is my dad taught me how not to be a father, basically.
now, everybody, take a breather. Okay, take a breather. The
Hmm.
reason why we did this, understand, we was only echoing things out there into the abyss. Okay, that's all it was. It was a dry one, echoing thing. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we echoed these things out was we were told these were the things that men do to be men amongst men. Men don't
Facts.
cry. Men don't show sympathy. Men do this, do that, do X, Y, and Z. But what if that was wrong?
What if
What
it wasn't? What if it was more important for dad to be around and show that he actually cared and appreciated what he had, rather than being at work 24/7 making money all the time?
you know what I'm saying? So when we say these things, right? Don't worry, trust and believe. Everybody likes to have these. Let's have the conversation talks. So I told y'all, I'm going to do this. I'm going. I told y'all. I make sure I have the fair panel. I'm very fair. Okay, I'm very balanced about these kind of conversations because when we're talking about the nation building, it's literally women can build a nation too. Uh
They
oh,
sure can.
women can see. We always just say men build a nation. That's a damn lie.
You want
Women
my
build.
opinion? I think you got more women nowadays trying to actually build a nation than you do men.
Now hold up. Now, so let's talk about that. But what happened to the men? You see, what happened to the men? What if the
I,
men but always were building the nation? What happened? They always like to say, "Well, the men built the pyramids. The men did that." But see, if I look back in the book, there were the women out there too. You thought the men were just the only ones building the goddamn slab? No, there were women out there mushing the mud too.
who do you think was the one behind the scenes making sure that man was able to get out there and do that shit?
So understand this: it was people that built a nation, not just the men. It was people that were building nations. That's why I'm trying. That's what we're here today do. You know, you know what I'm saying. You gotta understand this, right? Like the man nation building clock. This is why you're seeing a lot of young men feel like, yo, why don't these women come to me? Why aren't they doing X, Y, and Z? I have this. Like, you ever seen where a guy on these, like a guy say, I have a certificate, I have a degree, I'm the prize. Like, the fuck? The prize? What the fuck prize are you? Like, the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I watch men get on a panel and say that they're the prize. I'm like, sit your ass down. Like, sit down. Sit down. Like, everybody's a prize. Like, listen, that's fine. But understand this, like just because I've seen people, like I'm thankful for what comes on my plate, whether it be a diamond plate, a wooden plate, a paper plate. If you give me a plate, I'm thankful for whatever you put on my plate. Okay, and so I've learned to be humble. I've had to learn to be humble. Okay, I've learned to say, hey, I can build with my women. And there's no shame in that. Yeah, I made it so much so far. I did. But I wouldn't have made it as far as I did without my woman. You had the talking point of hearing a majority of these conversations about they need, let's get the ladies on the panel. Okay. Then it goes to sexual shit. But I thought y'all talking about building. Exactly. When you got people saying that they're the prize, you might want to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Run a household, take care of siblings, be vigilant. Definitely appreciate resting in the kitchen. Like, you gotta understand, man, it takes two. I have no problem cooking while the woman goes to work. And I've done reverse where I've gone to work and she was in the kitchen. Roles and things have happened and they have flipped. But it was all towards the glory to build the empire. I'm very realistic about the times right now that we live in and about what has happened. Some men say, hey, babe, I want you to stay at home and I go to work.
And then you got some men that tell me I'm, what do they say I am? A simp and this, that, and the other because my wife has a corporate job and prefers me to stay at home and raise the kids and her chase after her dreams. That way I can do my art and music thing.
So
And
wait. Pause. So then now, Trello, now mind you, Trello, I got you with this one. These same dusty dudes that had time to sit on YouTube all day long and bitch about pussy, right? And women and submission. They'll be on all for 24 hours straight, right?
mm-hmm.
And they'll bitch about you taking care of your children. Mind you, I don't think motherfuckers know how much daycare costs. I don't think they know how much daycare costs. Like,
Well, it's doubled since COVID.
do y'all know how much daycare costs?
It used to be a couple bills a month or a week. Now it's doubled. It's about a
Listen,
$400 paycheck a week.
y'all better pray I don't open up a daycare, but I'm about to make a stack. And I'm going to open up a nighttime daycare. So I know I'm going to make my bread. So understand this. Y'all need to shut all the fuck up. Because literally, if you can get lucky, like literally, mind you, most hours these days have been cut drastically. Drastically. A lot of people are working part-time hours. They're barely able to make 40 hours these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like people really are getting 40 hours on their clock. So they're having to
Kel-
pick up. Hmm?
Kelly says, "Oh my God, you can get pussy before a cheeseburger. Stop it."
I mean, you probably can, but now, like, here's the thing about it. let's look at it. But everybody's saying that pussy is more easier to get more than ever now. But if that was true, that was true. Why is families? Why is the rate? Oh, girl, listen, I will be right there. I will drive the van. I will get them kids to their house on time. I will have them picked up. I will
I'm
have them
saying
changed. And listen,
I will
femininity,
have your kid.
you already
I will
know.
have your
I will drop my number. I will do it all, girl. You just gotta make sure they ready. I will share
shit.
a plane with them in that car.
Look, and between me and you, we'll have them. Between me and you, we'd have them at a first grade education level by the time they're in kindergarten.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I promise you, Taylor will be good. He'll be right there with his guitar, doing musical reading and learning. Listen, y'all can put me in a daycare. I promise y'all, I will definitely. I could do all that. I'll be that grumpy old man that
For
just
real.
like I
I
listen.
love I love playing with kids, man.
So the thing about it is, when it comes to men's nation building and women's clock, the rhetoric is definitely it's a dead theory now. It's definitely a dead theory. You're not shaming women into having kids anymore. You're really out of the. This is why people are out of the pocket of trying to get um no, no, no. No, 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 no. I agree. I've seen it. Rape is about control, BMT, not access to pussy. I heard you start to say it. No, no. True. True. It is about control. And the thing about it is, right now, this is why people are getting mad at women that are now starting to go to work and start to actually take control of their lives. I don't have no smoke against a woman going to work. I'm fine with that. Y'all, the era of the old way of the at home thinking talk is about dead and gone.
About
Well, technically it is. What's going on, Sigrid? Like it's about it's about gone. Like especially in the Western, most first world countries, for the most part, from lower from lower from lower class to upper middle class, and hell, even in up even in the actually all up and down, doesn't matter what class you in. For you to be able to maintain that power, you have to do something. Whether it's you got to have something going for yourself. You got to do something. I mean, I know some people might be born with that silver spoon, but you got to keep up that con or that trick, laying on your back. You got to be able to do something, to be able to sell, market, trade, bid, something to keep relevant, to keep people funding and pooling you. If not, you're screwed.
yeah,
Other than
especially in a
that,
world full of people with really short attention spans.
right. So it's like it's about it. So now it's literally coming down to the point where if you can possibly have somebody like I can understand if I go to work, Kelly's at home. Kelly can say, "Hey, I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna have a little side hustle. Go ahead, go for it." Like there are some people that do that. There are some people that stay at home. They have a little side hustle, or literally actually watching the kids is actually part of the hustle because you're cheating the system of having to put your kids in the
The
daycare system.
system.
See
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
saying?
fact, brother.
You're cheating yes,
They're not getting that revenue that they would normally get.
because they would have to actually put the woman on the system to literally for them to make money to bank it off the system to literally give the WIC and welfare vouchers for that child to be in
Right.
the system. Well,
Think
I
of how
tell
much,
y'all, man,
dude. Think of how
y'all see
much
how
money
us
this.
daddies think.
Go ahead.
Now, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I know
I
you
was
got
going
some
to say.
time.
I was going to say. Think about how much money the system makes just off of children in daycare. The system alone, from low
Billion,
income families, they make
billion.
billions every year. So the system is dependent upon low income families to be just what we were talking about early, popping out kids left and right. Just like it
Now,
benefits the families financially, it benefits the system financially as well.
now, hold on. Now, hold on. Now, if daddy is building a nation, right? Because dad, man, is building a nation. Now, let's say you say, I don't want that system involved in my business. I'm going to pay for my own daycare. I'm going to pay for all that stuff. I'm going to pay for my wife to be at home. Okay, get ready to afford and meet the cost, man. Get ready to afford and meet the cost because I want you to
You
understand. Because see, I watch people complain about when that woman writes down on that paperwork, raising of a child. You know what I'm saying? When she says daycare is $600 a week, what? Ain't no fucking way. Give that baby to my mama. Oh no, 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 no. You said you wanted this work. Well, I'll break my mama off $100. What y'all think this is the 1990s or 1920s?
shit,
No,
$100 ain't even filling up a half a grocery cart.
like I'm about to say, like $100. Listen, listen.
You ain't
I'm
getting
just
a
trying
good
to
pair of shoes for $100.
listen. I'm trying to let y'all know right now. $100 don't mean shit. Like,
$100 like a $20 bill, folks.
I'm just trying to say right now. Listen, you can't even hustle. You know what I'm saying? You can't even hustle these daycares no more. Like daycare is not cheap. Hey,
Dude, you want to know how much I spent to put my son through preschool
how
a
much?
month? It cost me $540 a month for preschool. That's a
Mm.
hundred. That's a hundred. What is it? $135 a week just for
Now,
preschool. And a lot of these kids that were going to that
see,
same preschool, I think it was 90% of them. They were all getting paid through the system.
see,
I was one of only a few parents that was paying cash to have my kid go through daycare or go through preschool.
and just want you to understand that the school
And that was
banks
one
them.
kid.
The school has preschool daycare because my kids went to it, right? And the lady told Mimi, sign, sign your children up for this, but
That's what they
don't
told us
put,
too.
but don't put BMT down. And she was like, wait, why? Just do that because the twins, right? The twins would have cost $900 every week.
Right, that's what I was going to get at, bro. Imagine if I had two kids in preschool. That's over $1,000 a month.
That would have
You know,
exactly 900. Could you imagine me $900 a fucking week?
that's more than a car payment. You could buy two cars, three cars with that.
I
That's more
I
than your
might as
house
well,
payment is.
I might as well been out there sucking on glass dicks and selling crack. $900 a week. I might as well go ahead and be the cartel at in selling Huggy diapers outside of a trunk. Like, understand this, y'all. Having a family costs money.
It
I don't
does.
have no I don't have no smoke for people anymore. Whenever you're saying, well, why don't you have a family? I said, understand. It's a big responsibility. It's a big fucking responsibility.
Well,
It is
and
not. Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's not forget the system is also set up. They don't want families together. And I'll give you a prime example. When my wife was pregnant with Mikey, she had gotten laid off. She was a store manager at a Dollar General back in Ohio. All right. They had shut the Dollar General down and she was on unemployment. And I think her unemployment had actually ran out by the time she got pregnant. She went up to the welfare office because she was pregnant just to see if she could get enough money in food stamps just to help, offset a little bit to just to help with the food bill. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because she was with me. We weren't even married yet, but because she was with me, lived in the home with me, and I was willing to be an active, participating father. They denied her food stamps, but told her that if she left me, they would put her up in an apartment, get her a car, and give her other things that she didn't even know she wanted.
Damn. Damn.
Now think about that for a second. This is Job and Family Services.
It's a business, buddy.
Where's the family part about it?
Now understand. I want you to understand this, y'all. I It is hard for the little bank to compete against big bank. Okay, I'm just being honest with y'all. It is hard for little bank to compete against big bank. And what I
Facts.
mean by that is that that when it comes to men and men outperforming that check, like I don't care. You working your 40, hell, sometimes men do over 50 hours to try to keep up with the car, the food, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's programs, listen, there's all types of programs that you
Yep.
can get in. There's all types of programs to help you get but everybody thinks housing nowadays is some destituted apartments or stuff like that. Nah,
No, they building
y'all
brand new fucking apartment buildings for these people.
y'all see this is why I know people are out of date of how
It ain't
um
like it was when we were kids, man, where you were living in the slums, man.
no.
And they're
Um
putting up these new apartment buildings in upscale neighborhoods.
it's like my I've been watching like we have properties that get rented out. People can come uh
You're
they
a
have
property owner, right?
yeah.
Okay, and I'm assuming that you rent properties out because you talked about having tenants.
Yeah,
Would you get in trouble if you didn't accept Met housing applicants?
they can apply because their shit is like gold.
Yeah, it's
I would
guaranteed
actually
money, right?
Yeah, I would actually rather take them than take somebody else because
But
that's a guarantee.
my question is, do they still have the same kind of appreciation and respect for the home as if it's theirs as someone who's paying for it?
Oh, see, that's something different because see, it's not. It's literally you're dealing with people who are literally getting money banked off of the system. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting money banked off of the system, and
Right,
so it's up to you as the owner. You have to. This is where you have to be that person that has to make sure that that they pay and that they have to keep it at a certain standard. See, nowadays this is why now they're quick to kick people out of goddamn like, hey, you can't keep it up to standard. If this person is not on the doggone lease, right? Mind you, some people say, well, if you're a man, you can't be in housing with your woman. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
that's a fucking lie.
That's a
I've
lie.
seen it with my own two eyes.
See, I done seen whole goddamn caravans and shit. Like,
Yep.
understand the game has changed, baby. The game has changed now. They know that the man somewhere in that damn apartment shit. They know looking at the cameras. They know that's your dusty ass parking there early in the morning and getting up early like late at night and leaving early in the morning. They know. They know when they got doggone security. I told y'all, like, this is not the olden days of what y'all keep thinking housing is anymore. It's not like that no more. Like,
Nope.
like literally, the government's like, if we're putting up money, because see, they got a whole new group, coming from South America. Shout out to them, and they're like, well, damn, we gotta make sure our babies they get here safely. Can't have them get into some goddamn crazy ass house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't
Single
want them living
family.
next to a trap house, man.
No, we gotta tear that shit down. Put them in a nice safe. Because see, these people, see, they in here. See, the thing is, you never try to keep these people in the same predicament. Technically, you're not supposed to be staying in housing. You're supposed to be moving out of housing. Some
Yeah,
people are
it's
supposed to be
supposed to be supposed to be a stepping stone.
right. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe that. Some people are like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna
But see, with that whole ordeal, like I was talking about, with people that don't treat people that rent, that don't treat their property as if it's their own, and have respect for what they have, are the reason why you have housing costs going through the roof right now. The reason why it costs you over $1,000 to rent a decent 3 bedroom house in a nice community, because the landlord wants to make sure that you're going to be able to afford it and you're not going to destroy his fucking property. That's why.
Oh, preach, preach. Like, understand this, y'all. Like, it ain't easy like it was back in the day to kick somebody out. Shit, no, these motherfuckers.
Hell
These
no, it ain't,
motherfuckers.
man.
Yeah,
That's like a what? That's like a what? Be about a 6 month process.
shit. I mean, you got to work, man. You got to work to do stuff, and damn, don't God forbid that they have a bad breakup, and then all of a sudden people don't want to um the people don't want to actually work together, or you know what, Kelly, I caught you with Tony smoking cigarettes, so I know you cheating, heifer. You know what? I'm gonna tell, and you getting out. Like, Lord have mercy. Like, if your income if a lot of people's income these days is based on is very fragmented base, that they cannot afford to deviate from missing or slipping up on the rent. You know what
Most
I'm
people
saying?
don't even have $1,000 of expendable cash in their bank.
Right. I somehow, I don't know how I landed in the internet where everybody's a fucking goddamn six. Everybody here somehow.
6 figure
Right. I'm like, where the fuck are you six-figure people coming from? But y'all bitching about $400
in
of
child support.
goddamn child support. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
But you making 6 figures, man. You could buy them $500 Jordans and wear that $10,000 fucking Louis fucking 4 piece suit. But you're bitching about giving your baby mama enough money to fucking dress your kids well.
I can't. I can't with some of these people. Some people be blowing. Some people be blowing my fucking mind, dude. Motherfuckers like, how dare we go out on a $50 date, but wait, I thought you was making six figures. What the fuck is $50, dude? Like, stop. Stop. My kid's PlayStation game cost $60. Like, literally, you came out pretty good. Like, you know.
Dude, you can't even buy your child a decent fucking, like, you can't even buy an infant. My daughter that's going to be a year old here next month. You
Mhm.
can't even buy them a decent toy at the store, a learning toy, for under 40, $50.
That's gonna cost money. Oh, let's step it up better. God forbid you have to get a car seat. See, we're talking about some daddy
Oh,
shit here.
dude, those things are like fucking 150, $200 a pop, unless you get lucky enough to catch them on sale at Walmart for between 60, $70.
Yep. Shout out to the thrift stores. Shout out to the mom and pop thrift stores. Lord knows.
What's that? Once Upon a Child, great place to go buy clothes for kids and
Mm-hmm.
other stuff.
Mm-hmm. 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 See, y'all talking with some daddies here. So understand this. Listen, y'all better learn the art of going to the thrift store. There's no shame in putting your child in a
Hell no, dude.
goddamn car seat. Listen, you better look on OfferUp, Facebook sales and shit. Now I know some of y'all were like, "Oh, I gotta go get my child that new car seat that smells like goddamn." Listen, your child will be fine. Your child will be fine.
Hey,
I was
bro,
sitting.
I picked up some of my kids' best clothes at that Once Upon a Child place.
Mm,
Full Adidas track suits. Uh, what is it? I got the boy has a pair of Tommy jeans, a couple pairs of Calvin Klein jeans. All from
mm-hmm.
there,
Listen,
and
my
and it
mom
did.
done. Hmm? Go ahead.
And it didn't cost no $50 for a pair of Calvin Klein jeans that he's only going to wear for one season because he's growing like a weed.
You see, this comes with with when it comes to building a nation, what you're talking on is experience. What you're speaking on is called experience. You know, when you have that older person would come into your house and give you a trash bag of clothes and say, "Here, like, let y'all shuffle around and see what fits the child." You
I
know
do
what I'm
that all the
saying?
time for people.
And at first, when I was younger and dumb, I was like, "No, my
You turn
child
it
will
down.
only
So would I.
wear new stuff, the
brand
prestige."
new, brand new, brand name shit that only had her ass in it.
Now, in saying that, right, because we're talking about building a nation, right? Understand? See, this is where the experience talk. See, this is where because this is called we grew up, we grew into this mindset. We didn't just get into this mindset, you know. Because see, when you're dealing with an experienced person, right, a man and woman, because we have years of raising children, we understand that. Now, when you're fresh into this, you might have it where certain people say like, no, like, dude, just take those clothes. Like they're good. They're good. They're clean. They've been cleaned. Trust and believe. That bed is good. That stuff is good. Because you understand, hear what Trailer said. My child is probably only going to wear that for a season, if that. Especially
Right.
when they're going through growth spurts or when they hit certain puberty. You see, if you
Well,
don't have
Mikey's at
that,
the age now where I've literally had to buy a different size of clothes for him 3 times in the last year.
yeah, that's Javon. That's him hands down. And I mean, honestly, actually, the Kari's like that. Like, god damn it. Now she's wearing the boys' shoes. She's wearing boys' shoes because literally her shoes that we bought her, they don't fit. So I'm like,
Well, look,
I'm not about to keep paying $40 for shoes for a little girl. Fuck that.
right
Buy
when
your little brother
when you
shoes.
can go up, dude, you can go to Once Upon a Child. And my son has fucking Jordans. Jordans. I've never owned Jordans, but he's got a pair of Jordans that I got there that looked brand new that some kid wore, and they only cost $10.
So you have to. It's like so when it comes to the building, the building premise. Understand this, y'all. This is why I say, when it comes to the clock, find somebody that is of your speed. Find somebody that's of your maturity. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, no, you know, I can't get with that type of woman because she's too young.
Find
You
someone in
know,
your lane.
now somebody gonna say, well, hold on, BMT, hold on, Trailer. There are women that get with younger men, and we can tell you why they do that sometimes. Now, it's
I was
very
one of them
rare.
guys that was with an older woman when I was younger.
And so was I. Now, understand this. Sometimes some women will say you're pretty mature, or other times it could also be like, hey, you know what? This guy, he's not going to be an asshole that thinks he can son me, because some guys think that when they get with a woman, I don't know why they keep trying to make it seem like that is their child or that literally that is their doormat. The woman is
She
not
just
your
thought
doormat.
I was pretty. That was all it was.
Well, she just saw me as, hey, you're pretty good and you eat good pussy, so I'll keep you. I mean, that's honestly what she told me. I thanked her for teaching me.
Well,
But
that's what the girl told me. She just told me that I was pretty.
so I guess we were play toys. So, but
Yeah,
we learned from that. We learned. We are learned. This is you know now in the whole grand scheme of things, but we wanted more. We wanted
yes.
more. We didn't
I
want to
wanted
just be
something with
with
substance and value.
right, and that you deserve. See, as Trailer said so defiantly, is it not that of masculinity? And yes, we will do a show possibly later on down the line with that. Is it not of masculinity to want to be questioned?
To
Is that
have that
not
masculinity challenged.
excuse me, have that masculinity challenge? That is literally that of the art of being a man. You are supposed to be challenged. You are supposed to have to be ask, say, hey, you're gonna have to define and tell me what the fuck you meant by that statement. Well, I'm a man, so I don't have to define shit. Bullshit.
Hey, you
No.
got to look at masculinity as the same as a muscle in your body. You stop using that muscle and having that muscle be worked, it's gonna lose its tone. It's gonna lose its ability to do what it's doing. Masculinity is the same thing. If you don't have your masculinity challenged, if you don't have someone consistently challenging you as a man and your manhood, then you're just going to fall back and you're going to become emasculated, and it's going to be of no fault of your own. You have done it to yourself.
Now, 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 the thing about it, Doug said he buy his child disposable Jordan. You better be
I saw
careful.
that too. I
No,
saw that too, man.
good luck finding them. Let me know if you find them. I'll be buying me some too. I usually tell y'all go to Walmart. Well, I would say yeah, go to Walmart and go buy them some good tennis shoes. I promise you, when you'll find out how good they are.
Hey,
Because kids are gonna dog the fuck out of some
I'm gonna
sneakers.
tell you what. I'll tell you this about kids that I've learned, and this is going through three boys now, and it's boys are the ones because boys are very picky about their shoes when they're younger, and I have found that they prefer them stupid ass character cartoon shoes over
Mm,
a pair of Jordans or a pair of Adidas or a pair of any of these other name brand shoes that
yeah,
grown men like. They would rather have something with uh, SpongeBob on it or Superman or Spider Man. They would rather have that over the $100 shoes. They would take a $15 pair of shoes from Walmart with Spider Man over it over a $150 pair of Jordans.
I be trying to tell y'all like kids don't give a shit. Like when I don't know why y'all be buying kids them goddamn Jordans and all that other shit. Like they don't give a fuck for that shit. Like
No, they'd rather have
they
Super Mario on their shoes.
you know what I'm saying? Like understand, man. Like kids, kids, kids only learn about that shit when they're around, like, when they're around other peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're telling them, like, don't you want some cool Jordan? Don't you want to be fly and cool on shit? Kids don't know what the fuck that is. They're out there having fun. They're out there
Right.
having fun. Like they really don't. Like my kids will throw on some flip flops and run out there, but I don't let them run in flip flops like that anymore because they usually break the thong of the flip flop and foot and kick and bust their ass. You know what I'm saying? From um, it's just one of those things of teaching your kid the foundational guidelines. Same thing like the mom. Like, don't get me wrong, our kids have nice shoes, but also we also teach them stuff like Easter's coming, right? All right. We know a lot of people like Mimi was like, hey, should we get them like, some suits or anything? Why?
Yep.
Like,
Dress
bro, yeah.
clothes and dress shoes, man, because church and dinner.
Now, so what I said I'm gonna do, I said, listen, I'm not doing it to this year. I'm just going to go ahead and let them just wear some casual wear because the only thing they really want to do is they probably just want to say little Easter speech, and they probably are going to go out and the fuck else do they want to do? They want to go do their little Easter egg hunt. So I'm gonna let them pick and choose, read a little scripture, talk about little some holy art and now, and then after that, boom, we'll go from there, and we'll let them do a little Easter egg hunt in the yard. Now,
See, I'm with you on that though, because me and the wife, because we don't go to church,
mm-hmm,
we don't get the Easter outfits either. Actually, what we do is we'll get the kids a nice outfit every Christmas
mm-hmm,
to wear
and there's
to the
nothing
family
wrong with that.
dinner.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you can, like I said, like this is where you building your own tradition. You're building your own nation. You see,
Well, see, me and the wife, we don't feel as far as like Easter and Christmas and stuff like that go. We don't
mm-hmm.
do it like everybody here in America traditionally does it. We
Like
actually,
follow those. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
yeah, we teach the kids what the traditions really were to begin with.
Oh,
That
Ethan has a very interesting background. I don't think people really know what that is.
So
So,
my kids actually know that Easter, it doesn't have anything to do with Jesus Christ, and that Christmas doesn't have anything to do with Jesus Christ, and that those are traditions that were stolen from what Christianity called a heathen religion. Now, I don't have no problem with it being taught as such, but I think that at the same right, even churches themselves should teach the truth about how they came about these traditions.
mm, listen, y'all. Easter is a pretty dark day. Just trying to let some of y'all know. It ain't what y'all think it is. It
It
ain't what y'all
absolutely
think.
isn't.
Oh no, there's a reason behind that damn rabbit.
Uh huh.
No, we'll say that for y'all for another day,
We'll save
kiddies.
that for another day. Actually, if you
I'm just
want, we
saying.
can actually do a stream Easter Sunday. Why don't we do a stream either Saturday or Monday following Easter and educate people on that?
Oh man, oh man, that's gonna be a pretty one. It's gonna be about bestiality and all kind of crazy shit. But I will be down to do it. Go ahead. Go get all your Bible scholars and conspiracy theories. We'll have to go get everybody. Bring Kelly, so we can bring all everybody
Yep.
to teaching them about Easter. Okay.
And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and throw Christmas in there too. That way, you know the truth about that.
Oh God, just destroy everything for whatever hope they have. So,
Well, the thing is when you start tearing down this structure that's been built, then you open up the door for real freedom.
very true. Very, very, very true. Like I said, you guys, the main thing that we want to leave out for you guys is that when it comes towards the guidance, their views is like, nah, please go into
Please go into. I saw that too. I did, dude. That would me and BMT would be on here till 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with Easter. So, um, like I said, we will. So here's the thing about it. When it comes to when it comes down to talking about, yeah, I gotta get my mind right. When it comes down to the theory of woman mating clock, leave that shit alone. It's a it's a really bad practice that we are trying to get away from. I
Hey
know
B,
a
do you
lot of
think?
y'all saying, huh?
I was going to say, do you think it's fair to say that as far as it comes to a man and a woman that are legitimately trying to build something together, rather than putting a time limit on when certain things should happen, just allow the marriage or the relationship to blossom naturally as it goes?
I like I said, I agree with that. Like I agree with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you find somebody and see this thing about it, like I encourage a lot of people, as do you, like, hey man, like there's nothing wrong with finding somebody who's comparable towards you. Like I don't think like Triller, you or I had to say like, man, we got to find some young tenderonis or some shit, and because as older men should naturally find a younger bride to mate with
Nah,
because
nah.
no, I'm trying to get
Younger women annoy the fuck out of me.
like I'm not gonna have really much like not that, listen y'all, to some of y'all I get y'all say, well, my dad, his my mom was, listen dude, back in the day. Listen, these younger people aren't stupid no more. Like they want a lot of materialistic shit. Like they don't want to sit in the house anymore. I mean, you could probably say that you want to, but sorry. For people that I know as we got older, sure, like, yeah, I don't mind going out. Like hell, the old lady was trying to, she almost got me. She almost got me to
Did
get out of
she?
bed. She almost got me to get out of bed to go to Shoney's. She almost got me.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
She almost,
I
but
don't believe
you
it.
know what? But here's the thing about it, because y'all
Shout
know
out to
how
Miss BMT, man, for almost getting him to do something he didn't want to do.
now. Here's the thing about it. Now, see, this is the thing about this. This I'm saying. Like, women push men to do things. You know what I'm saying? Women push men to do things. It's not a
Hey, man,
bad thing.
Let me ask you this: are you one of them guys that if you go out to eat, you'd rather just grab something from the drive-through and either eat it in the car or wait till you get home and eat it at the kitchen table?
I can do that just fine. I could do that just fine. She'll
Yeah,
get
well,
pissed
my
off.
wife, yeah, mine does too, man. She wants. Why can't we ever go in and eat in a restaurant? So every now and
Right?
again, just so she won't ask, every now and again, without her even saying anything. It might only happen 3 or 4 times a year, but every now and again, I'll pull up and I'll pull the car into a parking spot and let's go in and eat.
Me, I make sure if she trailer is a whole savage. Like, listen, yo, I'm gonna argue, I'm gonna cuss, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna grumble. Okay, but I make time for her. Women inspire men to be better men. I know
Absolutely.
y'all may not like that. Y'all may think that's stupid. Y'all probably say, "What? You need a woman to inspire you?" Listen, dude. Listen. You can go look it up in history. You can go look it up in war. When young men were going off to history to go do stuff in the world, guess what? There would be young women, young maidens that would tell them, "Hey, write me a letter. I'll write back to you." And guess what? I'll wait for you. When you bring your ass back here, you can plant all the seeds you want, baby. Because guess what? But you got to come back. So that would be enough to encourage that young man. And when he's like, yo, what the hell am I doing all this shit for? See, there's a reason why they would have the soldier morality dance. So that way the women would give the men the morale to actually want to fight on and shit. Not this stuff like men don't need women. Like the fuck out of here. I don't listen. I don't deal with you asexual freaks. Like,
How you
listen.
how you going to provide? How you going to have a legacy if you ain't got a woman, dumbass?
Y'all can have that conversation on y'all own. Like, listen, I like me and I love me. I thank the Almighty Creator for putting women on this planet. Thank you, thank you. I am thankful for the bountiful harvest. Because I know not, I cannot sit on a panel and just complain with a bunch of dudes
Amen
about
to
women.
that.
Listen, we get fucked up. Things do happen. We do know we have our ain't shit ways. However, still, still and again, the patience that a woman will have for you as a man is miles and miles, miles different than
It
you will
is.
have. So understand this, okay? This is why I don't like playing these stupid games. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we understand that, hey guys, that for us as men, it's yes, we're going to build, but it does not hurt from talking to two different men that literally will tell you you will have upsets, you will have fall, you will fail, but it is good to have a partner that you are growing. Not to say everything will be perfect. I know you can hear all the doom and gloom, child support stories, and all this other shit. I don't know why y'all like talking about that shit so much. Like, do y'all not notice that? And I got to give a shout out to Trailer. Do y'all not notice that YouTube is way, way more sexualized than normal these days? I'm like, damn. Now
It's actually kind of disgusting.
I now flood myself. I flood my algorithm now with the news on talking points and learning stuff. Like I actually changed my algorithm where it's mostly flooded with the news. If y'all listen, I'm gonna let y'all content creators know this, so that way y'all know right now. If y'all are stuck on talking about sexual shit and dumb shit for so long, BMT quietly unsubscribes and stops coming.
Yep.
I don't get this. I don't get disrespectful. I don't say nothing rational. I just say, hey, it was cool, but I just don't have no patience. But I got enough
Actually,
of that shit.
you know
Hmm?
what I do because I actually support every content creator that I actually really, really like and respect their opinion and their views on that anybody that has a real logical stance and knows how to have engagement with people. I support their channel. Whether it's just being a monthly supporter or hitting them with the Cash App, once or twice a month. Can't do it every day, can't do it every week, but I still throw it out there when I have it. It's at least once or twice a month. The first thing I do, like you said, is I'll stop supporting you financially. The second thing I'll do once I finally get fed up is like you said, I'll just unsubscribe and stop following you altogether, and I won't even make no mention of you anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's it's just that simple now. Like, and I tell that to a lot of people. Like, hey, if you don't like it, just don't go. Like, just don't go and don't patronize them. Now, I'm not telling y'all. Like, I'm not gonna listen. I don't care to have the conversations with y'all. I don't listen. I talk with enough interesting beings in my
He
life
has
every
to
day.
deal with me enough.
Like, trust and believe, I get enough energy. My group keeps me busy. I can have the most interesting, diverse conversations with not just. I talk with everybody, every community. I'm pretty sure I just showed y'all that BMT's panels are far more diverse than y'all could ever imagine, and that was actually just showing you a little shave of ice of the iceberg. Trust and
Mine,
believe, I can bring out the wild creatures. I
mine are
just don't.
getting there.
Oh, I'm watching. I am watching. That's why when people say that I have echo chambers, I be like, where? Like, where are the echo chambers? Because I really don't do those echo chamber shit. Like, I really don't.
No,
I
me
wish
and
I
you
did.
are. I think that like me and you and a few other people are really we're different because we like to bring everybody together. As many
Uh-huh.
people from as many different backgrounds as humanly possible to tackle a subject because that's the only way you're going to get a real objective view on anything.
You got to. You got to have the conversation, and it can't be something like a lot of people say. Well, you had certain people on your panel. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll bring them right back to piss you off again next week. Just let me know. I'll do it again every other fucking week. Like,
That's why I'm here.
like, yeah, like I said, understand. I do not agree with everybody, but I
Eh,
understand everybody. Everybody, what I'm saying, is going to have their talking points. What I'm saying,
Well,
everybody.
it's like this, man. Me and you disagree a lot on a lot of things. you
Mm-hmm.
know. But the truth of the matter is we both have respect for each other and their opinions. You've disagreed with me, but I've caused you to look at things in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You just as you have caused me to look at things in a different way. I mean, look, dude, I just look back what 4 months ago when me and you first met. That very first conversation me and you had on those channel, where me and you were yelling at each other, screaming and yelling, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even the same person I was then. And a lot of that's just because I've been having these discussions with different people. And I am getting that knowledge that I have been thirsting for. And
It
in my
all has
opinion, I think it's making me a better person.
it all has to start somewhere. Understand this, y'all. Like, my hindsight of how I used to think about certain communities, certain people, about women and other stuff. It was not like this. This is why I don't erase my old talking points. And I have gotten on and said, you know what? That was stupid what I was thinking before. When I went along with certain ideologies and talk points, they were not they weren't always right. And I have apologized. I have
That's
apologized
part
and
of
said, you
growing,
know what?
though.
Yep, it is part of growing. And so that is something that as a person in a relationship that you will learn, that you will have to learn to adapt and grow to. This is why when I said the building of a nation and the mating clock, what I thought about growing and raising a family one way, totally different. And um what I thought about that of, dealing with children, or what I'm saying, like, or how me and a woman should operate, not always true. Like, there's gonna be different things, what I'm saying, and how I see certain things, how me and Trailer see the world, uh, it's a lot different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen, I am thankful. My channel is not black only. It's never gonna be black only anymore. I don't ever intend for it to be black. Um, BMT, you know you never see me complaining about women. I love women company. Unfortunately, me in relationships just do not work out. You know what? I gotta give a shout out to Doug. I gotta give a shout out to Doug. But Doug also he he and I have been good accomplices and friends, and he is one of my greatest moderators. I have an amazing moderator team that they talk to me about a lot of stuff. They don't listen. I tell you, my team that has been with me since the beginning, as we have grown, we're about to be 22. We're at 21.8K subscribers, soon to be 22K subscribers. We're growing. We're constantly growing. Shout out to people from different communities of the LGBT community. I know some people are like, damn, I can't believe you haven't been on the channel. I don't give a fuck what y'all believe or can't believe. Y'all, I can't believe y'all say the dumb shit y'all say sometimes, and I'd be like,
Right.
how'd y'all get away with that? Like shit.
I can't believe that some of you have been on here for 10 years and you're still talking the same fuck shit. And you haven't grown not a single iota. Not
It's
one single.
I'm wearing off on you too quickly, or you are really catching on to some of this stuff too quick. Like it's something. Mind you, Trailer's only been in this space for a few months now, and he's been hearing the same talk twice.
Over and over and over and over and over and over. I mean, it's like the shit's ingrained in some of these people's heads so fucking deep that they can't let go of it.
Trust. But the thing about it is, first of all, Doug, you make some amazing fish tanks. Like I don't know how you do it, buddy, but if you ever open up a channel on how to build fish tanks for houses, I would watch the fuck out of that. It's like those dudes who make those fish tanks and shit. Like you do an amazing job with that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wish somebody could just show me how to keep one running without the shit dying.
You might have to get in touch with my friend Doug. He's very good at doing that. Like he's a master at that kind of stuff. But
I,
the thing when it comes to these kind of stuff, um, that's the thing I gotta say, bro. That's the thing I gotta say is the accountability of
there
we
it
try
is. That's the key word, brother, right there. You just said it.
the accountability,
Accountability.
man.
Accountability.
That's a dangerous word to use in these parts these days, man. Like
These parts, any parts, dude, even in real life. Real
you
life,
know
it's dangerous to use it. I don't think anybody even knows what it really means.
everybody want everybody likes making the life, but taking care of the life, that's something totally different. That's
Just like
something.
you got to maintain your car and your house, you have to maintain your relationship as well.
See, and that's the thing that grinds my gears. That even I have to learn. Like, listen, y'all. Like, I've had times that and chill have trailer. Understand the same thing for these women. Understand. I want to say this for the women. I want to say this for why. Y'all want to know why the women are going so hard the way that they're going? Because they're trying to
Because
make
we
you.
went,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because we went so hard at them for so long.
Right. And not just that trailer, but understand this. And imagine that little girl, that little boy that grew up in a house and they saw how hard it was for that other parent struggling by themselves.
I
And
was that
so
child.
so in their mind, right, they're like, I'm not going to have my child go through that same shit. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care what they call me. I don't care what they say about me. I'm gonna tell you something that Mimi told me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what she told me when they laid that child on her chest.
Drop some
She
knowledge.
okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Mimi said this. She pulled her body up on that bed and she said, "See this little life right here? You brought this life to me, and I carried it.
She said,
She
"See
said,
this little motherfucker here."
mm-hmm. And she said,
I like her already.
she said, I want you to get this. She said, I will never beg you to do what you are supposed to do. I will never,
Facts,
I will never beg you to take
and she
care of me.
shouldn't have to.
I will never beg you. Whether we're together, no matter what happens, this is your job, not just my job. This is your job, Tim. And if I have to beg you as a man to take care of this child, then I don't fucking need you. So when y'all
Facts
so when y'all hear a woman saying, I don't need a man, right? They're literally saying that because they listen, nobody, and I will do that show if I have to, for child abuse. No parent should have to beg the other parent to do what the fuck you're supposed to do. You started the race.
now it's
Until
time
you
to
die,
finish it.
right? Until you die, you will listen. We're going to always be running that race. Understand? For the time that child came into that world screaming, hollering, listen, man, that is on you. That is on you. Understand me? When I was sick, my father called me, said, "Hey, you good?" Now, when I fucked up, my father said, "Hey, you're a man. I told you better. Own up on your fuck ups." Same thing for me and my mom. We're not always on key. That she's like my friend, and she's also like headache, you know. And I know some people that don't have their parents right now. You know, I know that they go to some stuff and they're like, "Yo, y'all just don't know how good y'all got it." Like,
For
you know,
real. That's the
and
truth.
so you gotta understand, y'all. Like now the ball's in their court, and they're like,
Because
"Listen, now go ahead, brother."
I was going to say, I didn't realize personally how important and how much, as a mid 30-year-old man, I still relied on my mom, her guidance, her opinions, and her counseling until I didn't have her no more. I didn't realize just how important it was for my own mental health until I couldn't call her anymore. You know, because my mom was my mom, my dad, both. You know, everything that you explained about your mom and your dad, that was my mom.
Mhm. You know what I'm saying, and she had to build that nation on her own.
She did.
Yeah, she had to, and so
I watched my
yeah.
mom. I watched my mom put actually take her pride and leave it at the door when she walked out the door to go do whatever it took to make sure that her kids had what they needed. And my mom swallowed her pride a lot, you know, just to make sure we were provided for, you know.
Hmm.
And I respected her every day for it, you know, because my mom did a lot of things that I will never have to go through and never have to do. You know, my mom knew real struggle, you
Now,
know.
right. And so, and no, some people like, somebody messaged me, well, BMT, you sound like you're beating up the dads. No, but actually, I was giving a lot of respect to the dads. Hello, I got a dad on the panel right now. And he's right over there. And I said, hey, good job. We're going to schools. Listen, dude, if it don't apply, let it fly. I can't help you, some of y'all fragile motherfuckers, dude. I'm not going to keep sugarcoating shit to make y'all feel good. I'm not going to stroke you off to try to hopefully make you heal your boo boo. If you're not up to par, I can't help the bitch made weak motherfuckers.
Well,
I'm
maybe
not
next time if they just show up on time, they would know all this stuff instead of assuming shit.
like
Show up to class on time next time.
right. Like I'm not here to stroke no egos. Neither is Trevor. Like if you're not that up to par, dad, you know what I'm saying? Well, and listen, we're not gonna say that everything's gonna be peachy clean with the woman. We're not assuming that. But I mean, god damn it, man. Like shit, the child's there. It is what it is, man. The child is there. It is what it is. Move the
I
fuck on.
mean, you literally heard mine acting like a bonehead in the background several times. I had to mute myself. That way I didn't have her disrupting BMT stream. So that
So
wasn't me.
no, it's okay. I know. Listen, I know he's Trailer is one of the few that does daddy duties as well as doggone ra- raising kids and trying to do a full on show while his old lady is at work, and he's doing a job too. Raising a child is a job. It is a job.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I didn't realize just how much of a job it was to be a stay-at-home parent until I was one. So shout out to all those moms out there,
and
and
dad.
dads too. But I want to give a shout out mainly to a lot of those older moms, our parents, BMT, our grandparents. Shout out to them, the ones that were undervalued, underappreciated, and told that they didn't do enough. Because I'm gonna tell you what, being a stay-at-home parent is a never-ending job. It's 24 fucking 7. It never
Mm-hmm.
ends. You don't get a break. You don't get to walk away.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree a lot. It is a full on job, and it is something that will never stop. We are joined here by Theoretical Views. Welcome
Hey,
to the show.
hey, BMT. Hey, Trailer.
How's it
Hey,
going, Theoretical?
It's going well. I've really enjoyed listening to both of you.
thank
Um,
you.
it's
Thank
amazing
you.
to hear sort of balanced opinions. And quite frankly, as you guys were talking about, um, there's almost a unhealthy amount. It's not even so much the opinions because I can imagine a lot of people just one of the processes of life that we all go through is the evolution of various, ideological, philosophical, psychological, and emotional um, inclinations or attachments that we might have. It's very much part of the human experience that we are attached to certain thought processes, thoughts themselves, and thought habits. But the anticipation is that we have the opportunity to not be stagnant. And within YouTube, it's really I just started kind of paying attention to channels that are more opinion focused and run by individuals or panels of individuals and such. And I must say that the redundancy that one finds often it seems to be the saddest thing. Um, the absolute saddest thing to see entire collectives of people stuck in certain spaces because the large group people are not monetizing or they're not necessarily making profits or anything from literally exchanging their time, their energy, or even their thought inventories and processes into this type of material. And so it's like a slow degradation of the individual as a part of these pseudo collectives and pseudo modes of bonding.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, you started off, I think it was Trailer talking about, first of all, BMT, the parallel that you constructed in terms of these arguments of the woman's mating clock and this male nation building clock, and this parallel as almost a this fallacy that we have to kind of move beyond. I mean, there's a lot of actual truth embedded within that parallel, but the simplicity and the exploitative qualities that can be embedded in rhetorical approaches to those arguments, they render those arguments quite useless, quite futile, and actually contrary to any type of building, and certainly to the concept of time itself. which is kind of ironic that both of them center around time. But you guys were talking about the physiological phenomenon of birth itself as being utterly ignored, and the suppression of a most fundamental logic that relates to our physiological reality. And I think in all, a lot of the suppression of the nation building clock and this mating clock, I think a lot of it is about the suppression of of what we internalize truthfully and existentially in terms of physiological cognizance of our reality, in terms of we have to have a homeostatic balance in order to survive. Like, even when we think about cell membranes and all of this, and we think about the sodium potassium balances and the sodium potassium pumps that exist in order to keep us in metabolic homeostasis, it has to, you cannot function properly with too much sodium and not so much potassium and all of that. It's a very it's a realm that's a realm that would be contrary to any sort of productive existence. But anyways, I just wanted to drop in and give both of you thanks for such an engaging and very sophisticated, holistic conversation, and very truthful and growth oriented for the most part. I mean, I don't know, like, as you guys were making mention, both of you have evolved and changed and in your opinions to the times, but it's been really great listening to you at this moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, and I deeply do appreciate that. If you do enjoy the conversation, trust and believe we do have so much more. And also, Trailerhood Voodoo Ninja, he has a channel. Really, it's a really amazing channel that he has great dialogue, great conversation for you to have. And I
Yeah, I would
definitely,
love to have you. I would love to have you over and have you up on a panel and get involved in a discussion, because just with the short time that I've gotten to listen to you speak, you sound like a very, very intellectual woman. And your comments that you had on in the chat, I would enjoy engaging with you.
Definitely, definitely.
So, like I said, uh, we understand doing these conversations, they're not the easy one. They're never going to be the easy conversations. For a lot of people, they're not going to be the popular conversation, but they are the much needed dialogue that we do need to have. Because understand this, y'all. Some of these conversations, you got to know the point of origin from where they're coming from and what is the intent on what's happening. You know, a lot of people say stuff and they echo it out into the abyss, but they don't know the point of where they're pulling it from, and actually what harm it's still causing. You know, why are we like this, or what's setting us back, and all kind of talking points. But you got to understand, we're all saying, well, so and so, the women are on this biological clock, and then because they have a child, they're useless, or they hit the wall, or this and that, or a man can have a family anytime he wants. Well, I'm not sure if y'all notice, y'all, like, look at what's happening and look how it's going, and
The
this is
family
not a real.
dynamics being destroyed.
Right. So, try. Good luck trying to keep up with that. Like, shoot.
And
Good
that's been
luck.
happening since before we were born.
So, these talking points, you got to be very, very, very mindful of what games you're stepping in to trying to play. And we're gonna leave it at there. We definitely did enjoy the conversation. We definitely did enjoy doing this one. This was a pretty quick one. Wasn't gonna
Yeah,
be
I
too
enjoyed it.
long. Shout out to Trailer for coming through. I
You
know he
know I will.
definitely. I know he definitely. He likes to have these types of good conversations, and I definitely do too. Like I said, I try to keep it original. I try to keep these conversations original. Um,
Well, I just
And
wanted to
so,
point out one thing before you end this BMT
go ahead,
that
brother.
goes to what you were saying about the real conversations, the discussions that nobody wants to have, the uncomfortable ones. I
Mm-hmm.
have found in the last 2 months of having my own channel, like you said, and it is very true, I can get on there and I can rant and rave about some dumb shit that I saw in the news that really doesn't have make any difference one way or another in my personal life, and I'll have 20, 30, 40 people watching. I get on there and I have a 30-minute stream where I don't bring anyone on a panel, and all I do is discuss what real success is after and that was the stream I did after I talked to you on the phone the other night, and
Mm-hmm.
I get 3 people watching because they don't want to hear that shit.
I can tell you that right now. I can promise you that is destined to always, 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 always be your future. I can't make this shit up. I can. I'm just telling you right now. It is a. I can tell you why. And shout out to Dan for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I can tell you why. But like I said,
I already
again,
know why.
yeah. So like I said, like I said, I had a conversation earlier with people, and they were like, "Well, it sounds like you're just complaining about stuff." No, I'm definitely not complaining.
Well,
I'm,
see, and that's
I'm
the problem, though, is that because they complain so much, that's what they're automatically assuming when you're trying to educate and have a little bit of it, intellect brought into a discussion. They assume that that education and that intellect is whining and complaining because that's what they do, and what they that's what they hear all the time on the panels and platforms that they go to.
so you guys, like I said, we thank you guys so much deeply for your support. We thank anybody, like I said, if you would like to, please, if you would like conversation for us to talk about, you can always email us here. Email us here at, hang on, there we go, at blackbrother123@gmail.com. And literally, we'll do the conversations. Literally, I've been going on different podcasts, different other shows, different talking points. I listen. They've been having me run around lately, and by the time I get back to my home base, I just have time to watch other people.
You've
So,
been running around
uh,
so much, I can't even get you on a panel on my channel anymore.
right now, people trying to figure out what's my damn gender now. I guess so. So that's the new thing. So,
Hey,
and
I wanted to say from yesterday's conversation, the one lady asked you if you would feel flattered if a gay person uh, told you that you look good or flirted with you.
mm-hmm.
I wanted to just throw out there as a straight white man, I have had multiple gay men flirt with me and tell me that I look good, and I was flattered even though I'm not gay. I have my wife's uncle hit on me every time we go around them. So no, it doesn't bother. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me either. It really doesn't. Actually, the way I look at it is because gay men are so picky, I take it as a compliment because you got to be doing something right if you're straight and you got a gay dude that is attracted to you.
I get I get told that all the time, especially at parties, functions, discussions, business meetings. I get told all kinds of stuff, and it does not bother me at all. Like understand, like I told her, I'm not
It's
in this
called
round
being
robin.
secure in your. It's called being secure in your sexuality, man.
Right. Like I said, like in these boardrooms, I've had people say, "Hey, you look really good," or "Damn, that was a very good, passionate speech that really moved me." And I knew the guy was, gay, but that didn't stop me. Hell, there was a guy. He said, "Wow, I like your hair. It smells nice." I said, "I didn't know you could smell it." He said, "Well, even when we were social distancing, he said he could smell my mango flavor hair." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Wow, that sounds really damn good." I told him where he could go get his hair done, X, Y, and Z. I did not feel any kind of sexual compromise. And literally, actually, the guy was actually patronizing my show. I'm telling y'all, listen, y'all, if we're planning on moving further, y'all been seeing the channel has been growing and expanding. Also, let me give a special shout out to Yori for calling and checking up on me. And let me
Yeah,
give a special shout out to
I
everyone.
jumped on here to see how your eyes were doing today, bro. But
Like, that's why I don't, that's why I don't even turn on the screen. Because like one eye, I can open it, but I can't, y'all. I can't read worth a damn right now. Like
sure.
When we turn this stream off, man, you're going to have to let me see your face. Same with Iori. He wants to see your face, brother.
All right, that's the thing. But
It's all
like I said, I mean, but for the most part, um, for the most part, I like that's why when y'all saw me on that one screen, I had on them. I call them Cyclops glasses. You know,
Oh, you had the stunner shades on?
Yeah, they look like stunner shades, but they literally it's literally to actually help me with light. Like so,
You got cataracts
like
or something?
No, it's no. Iori is actually way better at explaining my procedure, way better, and he actually helped break it down.
I mean, it's you got a CCL, right, bro? Corneal
Correct.
cross-linking. Yeah, it's
Yes.
basically like, all right, so and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just gonna kind of go off the cuff. Basically, sometimes the light in the eyes don't really focus correctly, or they have little issues with light, stuff like that, in terms of how the eyes focus. So what corneal cross-linking kind of does is it links both of the corneas together to hopefully produce a sharper image and have less light sensitivity and certain things like that in terms of how like light focuses in the eye and like bouncing and stuff. So that's technically what corneal cross-linking is, and to be honest, it's built to actually focus both eyes together and hopefully help that as well. Because that's
Right.
Could that be what I got going on? Because I was talking to BMT last week, and I told him that I have an issue where there's times where my eye will just start burning like it's on fire real bad. And like I have days where one of my eyes, no matter how hard I try, I can't get it to focus at all whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean that's well, I mean I don't want to say that I'm a surgeon or anything.
Right.
That's basically your brain trying to compensate between the two inputs, because there's always one stronger input than the other. And on days for some reason maybe you didn't rest necessarily well, something's going on with your body.
Right, that's usually what it is.
Yeah, right. like I'll tell you something. When I don't go to sleep and I don't get the proper amount of rest, I'm in a funk for the rest of the day. Like I could wake up with 8 hours of sleep, but since I didn't get the sleep correctly, like I know, man, like today's gonna be a throwaway day for me visually, and I'm sure like a lot of people have dealt with that. But yeah, like that's just something. Yeah. So
no, you're right, and thank you so much for that, Iori. Like, I mean, for one of the things about it, like, think of all the times y'all ever watched me have to,
squint.
y'all watch me when I had to.
I'm squinting all the time too.
Where y'all always saw me squinting, or
I
like,
just assumed you were. I just assumed you had perma stoner eyes.
No, I'm not always stoned. I'm just that. It's just that I can't like light doesn't like work very well in my eyes, like it used to. And not only that,
You like the dark like me.
Well, not only that, but understand going over my time I spent in the Middle East, y'all. The sun is very unforgiving.
Oh, I bet.
So
I bet it bouncing off of that sand is.
So I like looking through those lenses and the eye damage. And like I said, my eyes, most eyes are shaped oval. Mine's is kind of like it's kind of almost sharp, like a diamond. So light, how he was explaining, does not bounce very well in my eyes, or I don't see colors like how y'all see it. Almost like I'm getting close to a dog at times. Some days.
So
So
I bet the sun over there was kind of like the equivalent of when the sun comes out on a really nice, fresh, snowy day here, and the light's bouncing off of the snow back into your eyes.
yeah, just magnify that like 7 times over, and just let it sit there in your face for a while. And so, um, when we have like so doesn't help me sitting in front of a screen for hours and then you don't get the proper rest you need and X, Y, and Z. So like I said, I'm not like I told you, I'm not gonna keep doing these round robin arguments and all this other stupid shit. Like I come on, I do the job and I'm out. Like I'm like I don't have time to do I like having a discussion. I understand we can have disagreements, but I like to build. And Yori has known me for that. And like and you're learning that of me. Like I'm not gonna sit there. Like I try to keep a balance. I
Right.
understand that there's differences of opinions, but if I see, hey, it's not going nowhere, I'm out. Like
Well,
y'all can
see,
talk.
and with your guests, sometimes they just even I've done it myself. Sometimes you just got to learn that. Look, I'm just going to walk away from this one because this one isn't for me.
Right. And no, and I appreciate it. Like, listen, y'all, that's something that y'all probably need to learn. And come on, hello, come on in. Like I try to tell y'all, listen, man, every conversation, y'all just and this is the reason why I don't always drop the link because everybody is not built for everybody's not built for every conversation. Okay? Just because y'all see me talking, oh well BMT is down up there talking. So surely listen, and it took a
Sometimes he's
lot.
just playing. Sometimes you're just playing devil's advocate and just throwing talking points out for them to discuss.
Right. Versus how I don't get emotional, how y'all will normally like I can sit there, I hear it from all of y'all. How are you able to sit there and talk to that type of guy? How are you able to talk to that woman? How are we able to do that? Listen, this is years of journalistic work and patience, interrogation, and all kinds of stuff. This took practice. When I'm up here, Yori can tell you, I am just doing business. There is no emotional strings attached to it. I literally remove myself from it. Don't think
I
it does not take
I
a
call
weight.
bull. I call bullshit because there's been a couple times you got pretty freaking emotional with me.
Yes. Now here's the thing about it. I will say this, and I'll hit you with this. If there is literally, but sometimes the chat, they can't hear shit of what we're saying. They can't. So what happens is the conversation at that point, we're just wasting fucking time. Because when
True
people
that.
are in the chat, when people in the chat are saying, "Yo, we can't hear you," or the sound engineer or the goddamn manager saying like, okay. So when the engineer is like, "Hey, we can't hear nothing y'all saying," then literally now I'm getting irritated because now we're just wasting time.
Nah, that ain't what I'm talking about though. There's been a couple times that me and you have just got into personal debates, and
Okay.
you've gotten emotional with me about shit. Granted, it caused me to open my eyes, but you still got emotional.
Well, sometimes you're just trying to reach somebody. But other than that, when it comes to just we're just talking to get the
Right.
things done. Like I said, like I've done the hours of power. I don't even do the hours of power like I used to before. You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, people started throwing egos into business, or people like I had Yori on there, and somebody said, "Well, you're not even black." Well, we're doing business. What does him being
Right.
black have to do with him in
I've
business?
Yeah.
gotten that. I've
Yeah. I'm
gotten
not black either.
I've gotten that probably 100 times, but the thing is, like, it's weird, bro. Like,
Hey, bro, I feel you, man. I get you ain't black probably at least once a day.
yeah, yeah.
So
See, uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna add some things to what Trailer said. This this space is kind of weird, and I'll tell you why. Because if people are going to consider you mixed, right? I see all the time where people that are mixed, certain people who aren't as mixed looking as they are, will tell you, hey, like, how come you use these terms like mulatto and mixed and like whatever? How come you don't use the black term, like that you're black? How come you don't represent that part of you compared to the mixed? And I understand that. But when I actually do talk about things from a non-mixed perspective, they always bring up the whole reductionism of you're not black. So somebody's going to have to pick a side in this space in terms of how we're going to debate.
Well, if you want my,
we're gonna. I can't keep going. Iori, Iori. I swear on God, we will definitely have to have a sit down of about has colorism blinded business. I swear on God, if you want to with me, you and Trailer, I can set that up because honestly, this is the reason why a lot of communities are crippled with the colorism thing. Like business is business at the end of the day. You know,
for real.
So trust and believe. That's what I'm saying. Understand this. Iori, before he showed up on a lot of other panels, he was originally, I can tell you right now, and shit y'all not, a lot of the Arabs or people from the Middle East watch my shit or in my chat. That's why I find it very funny when people talk because a lot of them are in your community doing business with you. Do you not think on business minded talk they were not going to be in the chat listening to you?
Bro, I got people from Great Britain and Italy and France and shit watching me now.
So understand this. When it comes to business and talking points, you guys got to be very open towards, don't think that, listen, you're on YouTube. Don't think that only one demographic is watching you. That is a flawed talking point.
Your kids' friends are probably watching you and you don't know it.
So you guys gotta be a lot more like you guys
You gotta be on your shit.
Just be on your shit. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta get it going. Let me go ahead and get dinner, and I gotta eat. I gotta get this pill down my guzzle.
You don't need to eat, man. You can live. You were in the military. They taught you how to starve healthily.
Stop. It's called a caregiver, and a caregiver is called a Melissa. She's not fucking.
Shout out to the MREs.
So I'm gonna see y'all guys later. I have to get going, y'all.
Yep. It was a pleasure, BMT. I enjoyed it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Trailer. Thank you, Iori. Thank you, Theoretical Views. Thank you, Doug, for the $5. Thank you, everyone who's come through. Much love, much support. Peace.